old enough to remember this tune, the music? No one? All right. That's okay. Cool with that. All right. Socrates. Voilà. Étimos. Merci. All right, give it up for Socrates, everyone.
Thanks so much, man. Give it up for the great MC. Proud work is his expertise. Yeah, hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? My name is Socrates. I am an American.
Yay!
Yay! Appreciate that. You see me once or twice. Actually, it's gotten better than that recently. About a month and a half ago, I turned Dutch. Yeah, thank you. It's expats. Always say, yeah. Dutch are like, good enough. One more is good to have, I guess. Old and unhealthy. That's what you want in the country. Best kind of immigration. Yeah. I could be worse because I am an American. I could have come with guns. So. Yeah. Talking about American culture, I think the only thing American has as a culture is, mass shootings. Find out. Which is what happens if there's no mass shooting. Or if they miss you, which is also kind of fine for the most part. Yeah, I don't know if you know that the American has this thing with mass shootings. We just have, with more than 4 at a time is a mass shooting. We had more than 600 last year. Yeah, that's American culture right there. Put that in the notebook. The cool thing is, this last year we expanded it because they got better and better at it. Now they have a thing called mass killings. Yeah. Which is a natural progression from that many shootings. It's 4 more people killed in a 24-hour period. So it gives you a window, if you're stalking or doing a thing. And it's a different kind of a culture. Let's talk about how transitioning from America to living here. It's here we have drizzle. Now I'm from Florida. We had hurricanes. It's like, again, it's sort of the difference between a sarcastic comment and being shot and not shooting. Trust me, because I was in 3 hurricanes in 1 year. Yeah, that's weather. You want to look outside and say, this weather sucks. Yeah, you should see it when the trees are vibrating back and forth. And it's like days and days and days. And worse than that, you know what's out there besides the weather? Americans. Yeah. Floridians, too. It's even worse. It's not just an average American. This is Florida, man. The whole place was filled with Florida men and Florida women. I was a Florida man. I lived here for 20 years. I wasn't an official Florida man. I don't know if you know it or not. A Florida man is basically has been arrested for what they do. Because let's face it, what we all do is legal on anybody looks at it. But in Florida, they have this thing called sunshine law. So if you get arrested and they put it in the paper, that's why there's endless things about a Florida man gets caught trying to give meth to an alligator. Florida man goes to the hospital, loses his arm, doesn't learn, tries again, loses his leg. Because he's Florida man. So I was there for 20 years, and from there to here is definitely a bit of a culture shock. Because like I said, not only did we have hurricanes in Florida, while I was there, we still also had a different season. We had fire season. Yeah, if you think rain sucks, you look outside and see it on fire. You'd be praying for some rain. Yeah, fire sucks. Yeah, there's a lot worse things in life than being on fire. It's like here they have this little rain here. It's not really even a real rain. It's that rain that gets in your face, that little tiny one that they call it mizu, because it makes you so miserable. The worst thing about mizu, if you are on fire, it's not going to help. It's smoldering away, slide you down. This guy in the ambulance knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, anybody do hospital time here? Anyone do the sick house? No, just me. Woohoo! Yeah, I took a tour of the house of the paracetamol. Any drug people? Anyone ever do morphine? Any morphine people? Yeah, just me? Woo! Yeah, morphine's kind of a great drug if you ever get the option or if you need to. And they said to you, like they said to me at the hospital, said, would you like a shot of morphine? Yeah, I would like a shot of morphine. Because earlier that day I was taught a Dutch word that I did not want to learn. And that word was aangereden. And if you don't know what it means to be slammed into, because I was aangereden door a scooter closet. Because I got slammed into by this asshole on a scooter, riding my bike, which instantaneously made me Dutch. And I went flying through the air like a bird, but landed like an octopus, and spent the next year and a half touring the Dutch hospital system, which is no fun, none at all actually. And took them about 8 months of doing nothing. They have this thing they call conservative treatment. which was literally doing nothing, gave me a blue strap and said, "It comes good," which is what the Dutch call Nixon. Not a president, by the way. He did stuff. You know, Nixon is doing nothing at all. Just doing nix. It's like Donald Trump is a president. That's the cool thing about living here as opposed to living in America, where they're doing a throwback thing. I don't know if you notice now we're embracing this thing they call fascism. Yeah. Who used to be all the rage in the 30s? Like bell bottoms, it's coming back. But here, I love living here in the Netherlands because that could never happen here. Well, it couldn't, you know. He's not going to form a government, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of this place. It's like herding cats. It's just one step above being Belgium. What they do, I think they have the record for the longest time without a government. You know, what was it, like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that? We're getting close to it. We're getting close to it. Personally, I always vote for the Green Party because nobody parties like the Green Party parties. No one ever supports the Green Party, you know, which is cool, you know. Who cares about the environment in the future? I don't, you know, because I'm 58, which is 85 in Dutch. So I'm past worrying about the environment, you know what I mean? That's for other people to concern themselves with. I worried about it for a while when I was young, you know, but now I'm getting old, so it's not really for me to concern myself with, you know what I mean? But yeah, the thing about living here as opposed to being an American is it's like hard not to become dyslexic. You know, I don't know if you start off as dyslexic, it's even really worse, but like everything's backwards. You know, the dates are backwards. You know, the time's backwards. I do the 24-hour clock that completely screws me up off and on. You know, I show up at a place 2 hours early because I'll see on the clock it's supposed to be there at 6 o'clock, and I'll see that at 1600, which is 2 hours early. It's like trying to meet an English person at 7:30. They show up an hour late. Never meet an English person. That's why we got Brexit. Yeah, Brexit. So who's supporting Ukraine and who's in Russia's side? Anybody? Really popular in America, trying to avoid the future. Again, they like the fascism. I don't know what the thing is about that they love it so much. But you know, politics is actually a Greek word. You know, it comes from, originally means poly, which means many, and ticks, which is a blood-sucking parasite that spreads diseases. Politics. For a political crowd, I love a good political crowd if at all possible. This is a great audience, you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of it. If you set your goals high enough in life, you know what I mean, you can achieve being a stand-up comic in an empty bar. It's my father's dream for me, you know what I mean? If Dad could see me right now, and he could, but if he wouldn't watch, because he's not that dumb, he'd be like, wow, really nailed it tonight, you know what I mean? But, so like I said, living in here, I'm a Greek person, you know, I'm a Greek American, and one of the things I love about this, I learned the language, you know, Dutch is a hard language to learn, you know, but they, if you want to make anything more Dutch, just hook it, you know what I mean? Because you can't Dutch up both ends, you know, you can't hook too much, you know? It's like the word shoe, they just Dutched it up and put a schoen, you know? But they like phoned it in at gloves, because they just went with hand schoenen, you know, hand shoes. It's a strange thing, hand shoes, you know? They don't go with the rest of it, like they don't call a hat hand mutz, you know, it's not, they call it a mutz, you know, it's not a hand hat, you know what I mean? They went with condom, you know, they didn't go with hand pimple. Forget that halfway through it. No problem, you know what I mean? Thanks in so many ways, you know? Because in some ways, when they give you light, sometimes you're like, yeah, I did my bit tonight. It's an interesting sound in the background. That's what they call a cricket. So anyway, after I did all my things, I got myself, in August, I finally got a little bit healthier. I had a stroke, yeah. So I thought I was doing better, and I went to sleep one day as Socrates, and I woke up as Strokates, which sucked. But the thing about the stroke is I sort of have sometimes memory problems, and it's like, you know, forget faces and things like that, and sometimes we're talking to somebody for a few minutes and not realizing who the hell they are, and suddenly dawn on me, oh yeah, this guy, he's a mirror. And he's got nothing to say. Thanks so much, my name is Socrates, you guys are fantastic.